All right, guys, we're here with another episode, and today we'll be talking about creativity. We'll be showing you some of our tips and tricks, and even giving you some insight on where you can find creativity and how creativity is even created. So, the first thing I want to say about creativity, we're going to go ahead and start off right out the gate. Creativity is free. You can find creativity anywhere. Literally, you can find inspiration in, of course, a bird flying across the sky, a train crossing in front of you while you're sitting at a red light. Anything could be inspiration. And the reason why I say it's free because you didn't pay to watch that train go by. You didn't pay to see the birds fly. So you just use them as a source of inspiration or creativity and just use them in your next product shoot or whatever shoot that you got coming up with, or use it as inspiration to say, okay, I want to mimic that. I might want to turn a paper plane and fly it across the sky, or etc. Never know.
And like JB said, inspiration is free, and that's real world examples that he gave, like the bird and the train. But of course, there's online examples you could look at, like Pinterest.
Yeah.
He just showed me a great one today called Eye Candy.
Eye Candy.
It's great. We can share that with you guys. But there's all kind of online resources also you can get inspiration from. YouTube, Instagram. If you find your favorite content creator, just go basically learn everything they do. Go follow their step by step, and you could tell that your content is going to get better because theirs is gaining the followers, and yours is going to gain that same type of followers.
Exactly. And one of the biggest things I love about creativity is that you never know when it's going to come.
That's true.
It's so random, it's spontaneous, and just be willing to accept it when it comes. Don't fight it. Don't say, hey, I had this script and I don't want to go against it, because the moment you do that, the moment you're going to lose your capability to do something you never knew you ever could do.
Yep, and you could try it, and the worst thing that can happen is you fail, meaning you don't like the look. You're never going to fail because you're always going to be learning. So just try it. If you don't like it, again, scrap it and start fresh.
Yeah, start fresh. It's okay to start over. It's okay to even start fresh. Don't be afraid of that, because that will hold you back from a lot of different opportunities. If I can give some insight about our personal development journey, personal branding journey at that, and personal development.
Yep.
But more so personal branding. We're working on our personal brand 10 times harder, because like we told you all last episode, personal branding is one of our to-dos right now.
Yep.
It's on the top of our bucket list, because we understand that we need to show our level of creativity so people can say, okay, maybe these guys do know what they're talking about, and we're just going to keep creating content around that. But with that being said, building our personal brand allow us to go deeper inside of that and engrave it in us, because creativity can fade away quite fast. Cody said this to me previously. His creativity actually was put in the closet for a minute because he haven't been giving himself reps and opportunities. So do you want to tell him about that experience a little bit?
Yeah, so basically, I was shooting for a minute for somebody. I had a lot of jobs lined up, and basically, just like every videographer, it came to a point where I was just at a little bit of a standstill. And, you know, I had my equipment sitting in my room, and it would just be collecting dust. I would just look at it over and over and think, what can I do? You know, what's next? What's the next thing? And we got together and realized that personal branding is really it. I mean, on every scale, whether you're a small business, whether you're just an entrepreneur doing your thing, you're going to need some kind of personal branding for that social proof.
Yeah, no, definitely. Social proof is also the main factor as well, because, you know, people don't buy just because you say you're selling.
Yep.
People buy based off them being able to see the perception of the result.
Yep. The result and the perception of you, and like people always say, people are buying you, they're not buying the product. You know, you can have a great product, but if people don't believe in you and you come off as, I guess, an asshole, or people just have any reason that they don't like you, your product's not going to sell even if it's great.
Yeah. No, those are actually some good points right there. A lot of things I wish I knew at one point in time was to actually go deeper into my creativity. Sometimes I caught myself just scraping it on the surface level, which is one thing I see a lot. You know, a lot of people just, you know, simply doing one shot and calling it a day. Why not go stretch yourself and do a 15-shot video,
Yep.
a 30-shot video?
Yep.
You know, just try to do that, because that's going to actually help you. If you watch movies, they don't have one shot.
Right. It's not a one take.
You know?
No.
They'll have 5 or 6 cameras on one scene.
Yep.
And they will give you those 5 or 6 plus different cuts.
Yep.
In that one scene.
Yep.
If you really watch a movie, and this is another thing I want to tell you guys, watch more movies, and don't just watch them for entertainment and you know, to let time go by or nothing like that. Watch them to pay attention to the story, not only the story, look at the creative shots that they have, but also pay attention to the amount of cuts that you see in one scene. let's say, for example, if you see a court scene, just watch how many times they cut the camera to a different shot of that court and give you a different perception of what's going on.
Yeah, and like JB said, there's not just one take. So you'll see a lot of people setting up their camera and just recording their self-talking as we're doing now, which is cool depending on the style you're doing. Like we're doing a podcast with you guys here now, so it's totally fine. But if you're going to get creative and have more dynamic shots in your film and actually become better, then you're going to have to get more shots. You can't just be that one take Jack and you just take one shot and you think you go in the editing software and just create magic.
There.
Yeah.
No. You got to put the work in. Creativity is work at the end of the day.
Yep.
It's a lot of people out here fighting to dig deep into their creative style or finding it or creative mind because it's actually hard to get that brain flowing sometimes. And the main thing that I say you have to do is just find inspiration and find things that just wakes it up. And sometimes it don't even have to be the answer to what you want to create, but it could be the answer to different things that come across your mind. It's like, oh, that's a nice shot. Oh, matter of fact, I got this idea in my head. Now you're opening the creative juices and you getting things flowing.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's always good to have a scripted narrative that you can go from and you have a shot list and maybe even a storyboard. But at the end of the day, when you go out and you start being creative, those juices are just going to flow. And if you see something that you like, shoot it. Don't be afraid just because it's not on your script to shoot it, because you're going to go back to your editing software and realize, hey, that might be one of the best shots that I got from this video.
Yeah. Real quick, if you're someone that want to create high quality videos and you need a little push and you need a little bit more education on how to do so, Course Creator Academy has your back. We have one-on-one classes and virtual classes for you all where we can schedule a time in the day and put you guys in our online course so that way you guys can learn everything you need to know on how to achieve high quality videos.
Also, don't forget, follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, to learn more about what Course Creator Academy has to offer.
And back to when I was saying just randomly go try it because you don't want to neglect your creativity or a creative idea being presented to you. Because I know a lot of videographers get frustrated when things are not going the way that they want.
Yep.
And they may have another person on set with them or in the same room as them giving them other creative ideas and they're like closed-minded.
Yep. Yeah, you can't have a closed-minded mindset around here. You have to be open-minded. You have to really want this. You have to go out and do the work. And at the end of the day, being creative, like JB said, is work. So if you're not willing to go out, put in the work, and be creative to get those different type of shots that's more dynamic, then this really isn't going to work for you.
Yeah. It's going to take you a lot to get out of that because at that point, you're in your own way.
Yep. Yeah, and you can become in your own way a lot in this industry, and that's what I said with JB when we talked about it. Like, I kind of have to learn that you have to get out of your own way, be willing to go out. You got the equipment. You probably got more equipment than you even know sitting in your closet.
Yeah.
You know, that's what happened to me. So just go take your equipment, go out, and use it.
Yeah, and as you can see, we're just giving you our real, authentic self right now, telling you updates on us, giving you our insight on creativity. Of course, a lot of people have their own perception on creativity, and etc. Or most of the things that we're probably going to say. We're just here to share some of the things that's on our mind, and we're overall just being consistent with content.
Yeah. Consistency is key. I mean, we're going to keep this thing up. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be as creative as possible. There's going to be down days just like everybody has, but at the end of the day, our goal is to keep creating, keep you guys inspired, give you more tips and tricks, and help you learn more and become better at the skill.
Yeah, and if you guys have any topics that you all want us to take care of or talk about, go ahead and drop them in the comments in the description below.
Yeah, we'll definitely cover those. We have a lot that we want to talk about. Like JB said, this is just real spill. We just want to talk to you guys, help you be more creative and inspired.
Yeah. Now back to the topic of creativity. So what are some more things that you want to share about creativity?
I would say, just like we've harped on it, I think, a lot, but the key point is to just get out and shoot. There's always inspirations like online. Like I said, you could go on YouTube, you can go on Instagram, find your favorite creator. There's Pinterest. Pinterest has a lot of great ideas. Like we said, JB introduced me to iCandy. iCandy has a lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
If you go on there, you could just look through all their stuff. So there's a lot of inspiration you can get, but at the end of the day, you need to take that inspiration, go out, and try it.
Yeah. And I also want to give you guys some more organization to your creativity, especially when it comes to creating content calendars. For the people that's on personal branding journeys like me and Cody ourselves. So instead of having a day, let's say if you have motivational Mondays, correct?
Yep.
Have a day where you could just plan it out, because this is where I want you guys to actually focus on the creativity aspect of it, because don't just have Creative Monday by talking to the camera and that's it, because put some more effort in. It's okay. Your audience want to see it. I promise that your audience don't you don't you audience. I know you do. But it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna tell them. So have more creativity. Do more creative things instead of just having Motivational Monday. Have your Motivational Monday drop where people have access to your video on Mondays. But during the week, try to find some more creative ways, more different locations, and real editing days, or find a better editing team to give you the more dynamic look. And you could, of course, like I said, stick to your posting day.
Yep.
So that way your video can really just be something. Don't just have you talking to the camera. Show examples, real life examples of you acting out what's going on.
Yep. And I would say organization is really key to all this, because at the end of the day, you could be as creative as you want, but if you just have a whole bunch of creative shots and you really have no storyline and no vision, all this creativity, while it's great with learning and keeping it in the vault, you're not going to be able to really share it because you don't have any real vision to where you're going to lead this path of videos you've just shot. You just have a whole bunch of shot takes that you took and you don't know where they need to go. So that's where organization comes in, with creating folders on hard drives, with creating scripts. I mean, they have Google Docs that you can be signed into your Gmail account, and you can have all your information stored on Google Docs, Google Forms. So there's plenty of resources out there to help you stay organized, but organization is definitely key.
Yeah, if you're not organized, you have a mess. Because you need to stay organized, like Cody said, with all the different resources. There's tons of resources. But one of my favorite, like I said, I'm all about the handwritten. Cody will definitely love some technology.
Yep.
So he's the techie. But outside of that, is organization.
Yep.
Knowing where your resources are and actually going to look at them. Don't just write and forget. Don't just get started for 1 month and the next month you fall off again. Stick to it, because the more you stick to it, the better the process is going to be, and the more improved your system is going to be as well when it comes to creating that system for your creativity.
And JB here makes a great point. I am more of a techie, and I do like to type things out more online because that's just how I learn better. But a lot of people, and it's also a good thing, even if you are a techie, to take and write it down physically. So take a sheet of paper, get you a notebook, get you a calendar, write that down so you can stay organized and you know what days you want to shoot, you know what kind of content you want to shoot, you know when and where and locations and all that. So it's good to have a notebook. It's good to write it down so you can always have it with you in your backpack, in your camera bag. You can always have it on and you'll never forget.
Yep. And like I said before, if you guys have any more topics you want us to cover, today was a small topic about creativity and basically just telling you guys to stop sitting down and watching life go by and just think of ideas and create content. Or, my bad, if you already create content and you've been consistent, you already monetized, and you already got the views and stuff, okay, go harder. Find more creative ways to make this thing harder for you, because the harder you make it for yourself, the better you'll be, and the better your content will be overall.
Yep, and you want to shoot for the best content. You want to have the best dynamic shots.
Yep.
Like we said, it's okay to do this style of video where we're just talking to the camera, talking to each other.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, if you want to become better, if you want to see your monetary growth become bigger, then you want to get better and have more dynamic shots, be organized, and be creative.
Yep. So with that, like I said, guys, one more time, let us know some more topics, because we'll love to hear what you guys got to say. To help us come up with more topics so we can help you guys directly through our interviews and podcasts. And thank you guys for tapping in. We have more interviews coming up soon. And peace out. Coach Kurt out.